Close that door. Shalom, Hebrew. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And is run, the I.S.U.P.K. today is run by Commanding General GEN.YAHANNA, the man with the rank and the authority to be the leader of the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians of this time. The I.S.U.P.K. is dedicated to the re-education of the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The biblical re-education. As a matter of fact, the entire re-education of Blacks, Hispanic, and Natives. I want to say Yahweh Basham Yahushai Barakatam to my brothers, Yahweh Shamari Latan Basham Yahushai to my sisters. All right, today, Wednesday, welcome to our Wednesday evening law class, where we examine our laws according to the book of our laws, the book of laws, book of rules. I'm getting into Joshua now. All right, now a man was commissioned after Moses to lead the nation of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and natives, and was and enjoyed the presence of the Most High with him while he led the Blacks, Hispanics, and Natives, who are the Israelites, into the land that the Most High had promised to our forefathers, Jacob, our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. All right, Joshua, beginning with the first book in Joshua. Sorry, the first chapter. Joshua 1 and 1.
Joshua chapter 1, verse 1. Now after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying.
All right, so Moses was became the leader of the 12 tribe from Egypt into the wilderness, and then because of disobedience, it turned out that he wasn't the one to lead the 12 tribe into the land that was promised. That fell to Joshua, who was one of Moses' ministers. Now Joshua took over after Moses. Aaron died. Aaron was Moses' mouthpiece in Egypt and in the land as well. And then Aaron died, and Joshua became Moses' mouthpiece. Joshua was among Moses for quite some while, coming up the ranks. So now that Moses died, we skipped some part in Deuteronomy. Next class, we're looking at the whole section that we skip, which has to do with the blessing, which has to do with the blessing of the 12 tribe. Turn it on a little bit. Put it on the slower speed. I can't believe this is supposed to be winter time in most section of the world. It is still summer. Jamaica have 12 months of summer. Well, welcome to the tropics. All right, so you are at verse what, 2?
Joshua chapter 1, verse 2. Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, thou and all these people, unto the land which I do give to them, even to the children of Israel.
Yeah.
Every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that I given unto you, as I said unto Moses. From the wilderness.
All right, so you can imagine somebody giving you land and say, as far as you can walk, it's yours. You get a hiking bag. And do 3 or 4 days journey and come back. Yes, as far as you can walk is yours. So that's what the Most High is telling Moses here. Every place that the sole of your foot, sorry, not Moses, Joshua, shall tread upon, that have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses. 4.
From the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea toward the going down of the sun shall be your coast.
All right. So, as a matter of fact, that entire valley was promised unto the children of Israel at the time. But Most High had said that you won't get all of it at once. Because if I run out the people that is there, then, wild animals and thorns and thistles will take over the land. Just like in some of the cities since COVID, some of the cities that were, what do they call it? No man, but them shut down, they have a shutdown. Quarantine. No, no man, you go in quarantine, but lockdown. They call it the lockdown. Those are the cities that were locked down for days, for months, while animals start parade through, wondering, wait, what is happening? But back to this now. From the sole of anywhere that the sole of a foot can go, from the wilderness and this Lebanon, even onto the great river, river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and onto the great sea towards the going down of the sun shall be your coast. So all that area go right back to the sea. But you know that well, the Hittites, they were Hamites. First pure Hamites living in that region, continent.
Verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee.
Okay. So the Most High is promising Joshua that I'll be with you, so have no fear. 6.
Verse 6. Be strong and of a good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land, which I swear unto their fathers to give them.
Right. So he is encouraged to be strong and be of good courage. In other words, have faith and be obedient. When I tell you to fight, fight. When I tell you to not fight, don't fight. Keep the laws. 7.
Verse 7. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest.
All right, so, right, he's telling Moses, be strong enough with courage that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law. I don't hear. Yeah, which Moses, my servant, commanded thee. That's what it says, ain't it? No. Tell me something. Somebody around there, so I hear water. Do not. Which Moses, my servant, commanded thee. You know what is interesting? You know, like you going to school. You go to school to do what? Yeah, you learn, yes, but what?
Learn and mingle with people of your age.
But anyway, what mingle part and people of your age? That's not possible at this time with Corona. So, huh? All right. In general, why we go to college? So that, so that, so that, so that you can get money and that you can live. Hmm? Hmm?
Yes.
All right. All right. Read on and then I tell you what I'm saying.
Verse 8.
Read 7 again.
Verse 7. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law, which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest.
All right, that is what? 7. All right. So we said that you or anyone will go to college so that we can, we're actually trying to secure our future in terms of prosperity, don't? True or false? Yeah, we're trying to get ourselves to there's a saying that chance favors the prepared mind. So you're giving yourself the chance to be favored at some point in life to set your life on prosperity, don't? All right. But hear what this says. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. Read verse 8 now. Hello.
Verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt
read that part again. For then
thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
Come again. For then
thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
So this is how we have been missing the mark. We go to college, we're not saying that one should not go to college, because all knowledge comes from the Most High. So yes, you go to college. We go to the various self-development seminars and so on that they keep, and pay good money to go to them for them. But only to find out that true prosperity for you as an Israelite, Black, Hispanic, or Native, only come from keeping the laws. That's the only way you get true prosperity. So you could have go to 40 school and get 50 degree. I have 3 jobs. What happened? Prosperity only comes from keeping the laws. Turn out this. Which means while you are in school, college, wherever, you have to make time. You ever hear some people invite them say, UPK, come and join us, blah, blah, blah. So, boy, I really don't have no time, because, I see, as day and night, I have to hop down and do this. And a time when I don't have class, I have to go to hustle. Not knowing that making time to learn the laws of the Most High and doing them is the road to true prosperity. No prosperity for us outside of that. So the younger an Israelite learn that, the better it is for he or she. All right, that's verse 1.
Verse 8.
Right, and if you notice, it says, "For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous." This book, read 8 again.
Verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
So this book of the Bible, because the entire Bible is the law. The law is found in the first 5 books, the written law, but then the other books now show you what happened. The other books show you we live in the laws. What happened when you follow it and what happened when you don't follow it. So the entire book is the laws. Continue.
But thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
Right. And it says that thou mayest meditate. This is not the kind of meditation that the Asians and teachers sit down and you, nah. That's not the kind of meditation you're talking about. It's telling you to keep it on your mind, sit down, ponder it, always thinking about it, morning, noon, and night. There are times when you don't fully understand some section. It's telling you meditate. By you questioning you, the answer will come. In the UPK, luckily for us in the UPK, you can call. You can get in touch with a captain, an higher officer, another officer, even at your level, even at below your level, because sometimes you don't even know everything. Sometimes you might miss a class or a general and get the interpretations of the laws, the proper interpretation, just like General Mahayman has gotten them. Now, that's the road to true success and prosperity as an Israelite. We have been going over the fence, looking over the fence. Oh, so them people, all them picking don't go to university and things. Well, all right, guess what? It's all those people who did believe in not following the laws, but the way of the world, that is crumbling now. Because that run that you saw on Capitol Hill, that's not going to just disappear like that. It came from the highest authorities within Washington that should happen, and it happened, and it's going to go further. When the Democrats come in and they see what they are doing, it's going to go further. So you Israelites not believing in the laws, your belief in the other things that you were believing is going to crumble. Right? Christians gonna die. As Christians don't pray, catch them freed like hell. When you following God, you should not just be fearless. But anyway, Christians, Muslims, all those other religions that we had found ourselves in as Israelites, the ship is going to sink. And we know which ship is going to save. the one ship that is built on righteousness, which is the I.S.U.P.K. All right, read 9.
No.
Read 9.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
Have not I commanded thee, be strong and of a courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed.
No. Have I not read that again?
Have I not commanded thee, be strong and of a good courage.
Okay, you left out the good.
Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest.
All right. So it's only when you keep the commandments of the Most High that that fear is going to leave you. I tell you, be not afraid, neither thou be dismayed. What do you mean by dismay? You have your phone with you? DIS, where is Google right here now? DISMAYED. The meaning of dismayed. Find it?
Dismay. Concern and distress caused by something unexpected.
Dismay.
That's how I pronounce dismay. I'm looking at what I found. It's cause someone to feel concern and distress. And the other one?
That's the noun. I'm doing the noun. Concern and distress caused by something unexpected.
Right. All right. Webster says on. Experience or showing feeling of alarm, concern, upset, worried, agitated because of some unwelcome situation. So in our nowadays we say what? Why it has stressed me out. It's the same thing. A situation happened and I say, why this thing has stressed me out. That's being dismayed. But Moses is telling you not to be dismayed nor be afraid. So you're going, all right, the people is now going into new territory, physically, spiritually too, because they're now going into a land that they have never lived, but they are now going in to occupy this land and to live in this land, right?
Yeah.
Right. So the most it's like you think of you migrating to another country to live. You leave, all right, not saying you leave your family, but you're migrating into a country to live, to settle. It's not going to be all a bit of rules, right?
Yes.
And then there are times when you're going to think, did I make the right choice? Did I do that? Did I do this? Things happen and then, boy, I should have been, maybe it's better if I had stayed home, which was what was happening to us in the wilderness when they keep saying, why better when they're back in Egypt. They were being too dismayed in the wilderness, looking back in Egypt and saying, boy, if I was in Egypt, we wouldn't have to worry about water. Because we have water. For all the years I live in Egypt, I have water. Out there I can't get food. And I said, boy, we were in slavery in Egypt, but at least we did have food. So they're going over into Jordan now, across the Jordan, I should say. And the Most High is now preparing Joshua. Be not afraid, be of good courage. But why? You're going over across the Jordan, you're going to fight. Generally, you lose men in battle, right? You fight a war, you may or may not win. You get me? So these are the things that would have caused Joshua to be afraid or dismayed. But the Most High is reassuring him that I'll be with you in the same way I've been with Moses. So be not afraid. Be not dismayed. Be strong and be of good courage. You are now a leader. For the Lord, continue.
For the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest.
Exactly. So think of the Most High telling us today to be of good courage and be not afraid and be not dismayed. Right? In UPK, trust me, we see the things that you see what happened last Wednesday. It's getting a lot of people, especially people who have made good monetary investment in the system and saying, yeah, my pension is secured, only to see something like this happen. Now you know that if you understand money and what I call fiat currency, then yes, you're gonna be dismayed because you know that if the government collapses, your money have no value. We need to do a little class on that too, though. Because your money will have no value when these governments collapse. All right, so it's the same thing. You going out in new territory and you need that reassurance. Just imagine you going off to university and all right, I would say an angel, but you don't have to be an angel. Me coming to you saying, be strong, be of good courage, be not afraid. Don't be dismayed at what you're going out there to see. But heighten that now and think of an angel saying that to you, or God saying that to you, who is able to be with you 24/7, far more than your earthly father can do. Huh? You understand? That kind of thing. All right. 10.
Verse 10. Then Joshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, pass through the host, and command the people, saying, prepare your victuals, for within 3 days ye shall pass over the Jordan.
This Jordan. This, no, it said the Jordan, but I said this Jordan.
Chapter 1. Pass through the host and command the people, saying, prepare you victuals, for within 3 days ye shall pass over this Jordan, to go in to possess the land which the Lord your God giveth you to possess it.
Mm-hmm.
And to the Reubenites and the Gadites, and to half the tribe of Manasseh, spake Joshua, saying, remember the word which Moses the servant of the Lord commanded you.
And to half the tribe of Manasseh. Okay, go ahead.
Remember the word which Moses the servant of the Lord commanded you, saying, the Lord your God hath given you rest and hath given you this land.
All right, so there was some tribes that got land on the other side of the Jordan, Reuben, Gad, and some of Manassites. That they got lands before they crossed River Jordan. Because they were good land across there, good for grazing cattle. And since as these were tribes that depend on cattle, cattle rearing, they got these excellent grassland for grazing. That was the Reubenites, the Gadites, and half of Manasseh. All right, remember?
Remember the word which Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you, saying, The Lord your God hath given you rest, and hath given you this land.
All right.
Mhm.
Your wife, yeah, 14.
14. Your wives, your little ones, and your cattle shall remain in the land which Moses gave you on this side of the Jordan. But ye shall pass before your brethren armed, all the mighty men of valor, and help them.
You shall?
But ye shall pass before your brethren armed, all the mighty men of valor, and help them.
Right, right. So, even though they get land already, he's saying to them, yeah, your women and your wives and little one and so on will remain on this side of the Jordan. But send forth your warriors, armed warriors, to come over and help the other tribes fight within the land. So not because you get your share already, fight is over. Fight for your brother is still on. Help. That's what Joshua was telling them, these tribes. Where are we now? 15.
Yes. Verse 15. Until the Lord have given your brethren rest, and he hath given you, and they also have possessed the land which the Lord your God giveth them, then ye shall return unto the land of your possession, and enjoy it, which Moses the Lord's servant gave you on this side Jordan towards the sun rising.
Right. So come over and fight, and then I come back. That's basically what Joshua was telling those tribes. Continue.
Verse 16. And they answered Joshua, saying, All that thou commandest us we will do, and whithersoever thou sendest us we will go.
Mm-hmm.
According as we hearkened unto Moses in all things, so will we hearken unto thee. Only the Lord thy God be with thee, as he was with Moses. Whosoever
So basically, we will listen to you as long as the Lord God is with you, as he was with Moses. That's basically what they said. 18.
Verse 18. Whosoever he be that doth rebel against thy commandments, and will not hearken unto thy words in all that thou commandest him, he shall be put to death. Only be strong and of good courage.
Oh, yeah, I said, Jenna. Listen what you say now. Any man when I say now, any man when this day other, you know, dead them out there, you know. That's the talk they were making, you know. Any man with this day other, you know, dead them out there, you know. So, yeah, what? Just be strong and have good courage. We are here with you. That is the talk that would have been made. That's chapter 1. All right, so Joshua getting himself and his troops and his warriors ready. All right, go to chapter 2.
Joshua chapter 2, verse 1. And Joshua the son of Nun sent out Shittim 2 men to spy secretly, saying, Go sent out of Shittim.
Right, you have to follow. Don't fly over it so that your speed. Let each word be a speed bump. Don't fly over the words. And Joshua.
And Joshua the son of Nun sent out of Shittim 2 men to spy secretly, saying, Go view the land, even Jericho. And they went and came into an harlot's house named Rahab and lodged there.
All right. So Joshua sent out two men, and two men, them two men are going. I took another guy one a war's house, whose name was Rahab, and they went there and lived there. Verse 2.
Verse 2. And it was told the king of Jericho, saying, Behold, there came men.
Behold, saying,
Behold,
come on.
there came men in hither tonight of the children of Israel to search out the country.
All right, so again, going into Jericho now. So they were going into Jericho, but Joshua sent spies there. I think Moses has sent spies too, but Joshua sent spies now into the land to see what's happening there. This generally happens before you fight a war. You spy out the land before you attack. Today they say the term uses you gather intelligence on the land. Same thing though, spy. Continue.
Verse 3. And the king of Jericho sent unto Rahab, saying, Bring forth the men that are come to thee, which are entered into thine house, for they be come to search out all the country.
All right, turn over them man down here shall come to you now, because I spy them and come to search out the country. These are Hamites we're going up against. These are Africans we're going up against. Not our people we're going up against. Verse 4.
Verse 4. And the woman took the two men, and hid them, and said thus, There came men unto me, but I wist not whence they were.
What that mean? There came men unto me, but I don't know where them gone. Verse 5.
Verse 5. And it came to pass about the time of shutting of the gate, when it was dark, that the men went out. Whither the men went, I wot not. Pursue after them quickly, for ye shall overtake them.
In other words, she's saying to them, there came men unto me, but I don't know which way them turning on. So when the time just when it was getting dark, men went out. So we have not know where the two men who came to her, she don't know where they turned. But she following what is happening and realizing that the city gate will soon close, and just before they close the gate, they sent out scouts to scout out those two men. Continue.
Verse 6. But she had brought them up to the roof of the house, and
No, you didn't finish 5. Read 5 again. Read 5
verse
again.
5. And it came to pass about the time of shutting of the gate, when it was dark, that the men went out. Whither the men went, I wot not. Pursue after them quickly, for ye shall overtake them.
All right. So that was what they tell the men who going out after these spies, after the Israelite spies, because as far as they think is that they have left the city and gone. So pursue after them.
Verse 6. But she had brought them up to the roof of the house, and hid them with the stalks of flax, which she had laid in order upon the roof. 7. And the men pursued after them the way to Jordan unto the fords. And as soon as they which pursued after them were gone out, they shut the gate. And before they were laid down, she came up unto them upon the roof. And she said unto the men, I know that the Lord hath given you the land, and that your terror is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you.
All right, so in other words, why we have heard of your stories, and all of us here have heard of your stories, and they are faint, they are weak, they are curious, they are dismayed, they are troubled when they hear that spies from you people, from the Israelites, are here in the land. Sorry. So, verse 10.
Verse 10. For we have heard how the Lord dry up the water of the Red Sea for you, when ye came out of Egypt, and what ye did unto the two kings of the Amorites that were on the other side Jordan.
All right. So you remember when Joshua was speaking to those 2.5 tribes, the half of Manasseh, the Gadite, and the Reubenite. Remember that we just read it in that verse before? Those lands were occupied by Sihon and Og, two kings. So it was like two countries, two cities with its outs, what I call it, with its farmlands. Two cities with its farmlands, controlled by two kings. Now, these kings were overthrown and put to death by the Israelites. And the word spread because Jericho is just over on the other side of Jordan. So they heard what Rahab was telling them, that why we sorry, we have heard of you people, and you hear how God dry up the Red Sea and lead you out of Egypt. And we hear what you did on the other side of Jordan to King Sihon and King Og, whom we utterly destroyed. We didn't kill off everything because Sihon and Og came up against us. So the Most High said, utterly destroy them, kill everything, down to the suckling, right? And we utterly destroy them. So the word was spreading. So Rahab now hear that. 11.
Verse 11. And as soon as we heard these things, our hearts did melt. Neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you. For the Lord your God, He is good, He is God in heaven above and in earth beneath.
All right, it's just like what is happening now. U.P.K. we have been on the street since 1969, preaching, speaking to the heathens, to our people, telling them of this day. This democracy that you are investing so heavily in, it's going to fail. Look at big bad America, big bad army, the most powerful army in the world. This can't fail. I can bring all my savings, all my investments here. Now, when they saw what happened last week, Wednesday, they start being dismayed. Just like these people say, well, as soon as we hear what happened, we start, where is it? As soon as we heard these things, our hearts did melt. Lord, is we next. They're coming for us next. Neither did there remain any more courage in any man. So they don't really feel bad again like they can fight. We mash up Zion and we mash up Og. And those are some big Ammonites. Look like Zion and Og look like giants, And we tear them down because of you. For the Lord your God, He is God in heaven above and in earth beneath. So they were aware that there is a God. So once more, it's our duty to let all nation knows that God is not in these stones and these wood idols that you bow yourself to. God is in heaven, and He's still the God of the Israelites. 12.
Verse 12. Now therefore I pray you, swear unto me by the Lord, since I have showed you kindness, that ye will also show kindness unto my father's house, and give me a true token, and that ye will save alive my father, and my mother, and my brethren, and my sisters, and all that they have, and deliver our lives from death.
Right, so you see, here is an Eden, Amite, African, a Hittite. It was the Hittites that was in Jericho, right? I don't know. When I read it earlier up here, someone on the other side, they say, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, there were African tribes in the land. I think these were Hittites.
Mm-hmm.
What verse is it?
Chapter 1, verse 1.
Oh, 1 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
No, not 1 and 1.
Yeah, we just get that in chapter 1, verse 1.
It was, all right, it was somewhere there. Quick scan and let me see if I can find it. All right, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing which tribe, but I think it was Hittite. I think we read it earlier. Where we were going up. Now she heard of and knew who we were. Now, just like in that time where she knew that her country was going to fall to us. And what she smartly did was to help them, help the spies, because all would have happened if the king had caught those spies and said kill them. All would have sent other spies. Are we going in the land without the spies? But we still will be going in. But she smartly helped those spies and bargained her own life and the life of her father's house, which was smart because she know that this is it. So it was now those in America who see what is happening. If they were smart, they would find some way to make some kind of appeasement to the children of Israel that are there. But all is going to happen. We know what they're going to do. Police are going to kill more, and they're going to seek to come up against the children of Israel more until they really see that their kingdom is going down. That's when they are going to start panic. But you know who won't be panicking? Yes. Who won't be panicking? No, I won't tell you the Israelites. Who won't be panicking? No, the I.S.U.P.K. No, it's the Israelites. But many Israelites who not believe in what we are telling them, they are going to panic. But who won't be panicking? The I.S.U.P.K. Commanding General Anna spoke of this time. And if you read the book of Second Esdras, You get some eye openers. Verse what we got now?
14.
14. Okay, read 14.
And the men answered her, Our life for yours, if ye utter not this our business. And it shall be, when the Lord hath given us the land, that we will deal kindly and truly with thee.
All right. So in other words, they say, here now, we can give you our word that it's our life for yours. If you utter not this our business, if you keep your mouth shut and don't be an informer. Yes, they say, if you don't inform on us, if we keep this our business, and it shall be when the Lord hath given us this land. When we come in this land, we will deal kindly and truly with you. 15.
Verse 15. Then she let them down by a cord through the window, for her house was upon the town wall, and she dwelt upon the wall.
All right. Now, this must be a rope. So she let them down by a cord through the window. So let them all through the back. All right, think of you build a wall. All these city walls were built. It's not just like, like we have the 6-inch block or the 8-inch block. It wasn't like that. A city wall many times was big enough that you can ride horses, and most times you call it something like the caravan on top of the wall. Carriage can probably put a horse and a carriage up on top of the wall. Because many times these walls are long and have to patrol the borders. So you have soldiers walk on top of it or so on. So, but this one now, she had a house. It was so huge on top of the wall that you have a house on top of the wall. So they told her to do something. Read on.
Verse 16. And she said unto them, Get you to the mountain, lest the pursuers meet you, and hide yourselves there 3 days, until the pursuers be returned. And afterward may ye go your way.
All right. So give them 3 days. They will search. So long they out in the bush, in the place, searching for the spies. 3 days. So that's give yourself 3 days. They're not gonna search forever. 17.
And the men said unto
Close that
her,
door.
We will be blameless of this, thine oath which thou hast made us swear.
Not that one. Yes.
Be-
Behold,
when we come into the land, thou shalt bind this line of scarlet thread in the window, which thou didst let us down by, and thou shalt bring thy father and thy mother and thy brethren and all thy father's household home unto thee.
All right, so they tell her what to do. So you see the same rope where you let us, you save us on. Tie it on your window, your back window. Tie it on your window. So when we come, we will see the cord, and we won't harm anyone in that house. And we will be the protector of you and who is in your father's house, that they die not. Read on. 119.
No. Yes. Verse 19. And it shall be that whosoever shall go out of the doors of thy household into the street, his blood shall be upon his head, and we will be guiltless. And whosoever shall be with thee in the house, his blood shall be on our head, if any be upon him.
If any hand.
If any hand, be upon him.
Right. So now, it shall be whoever shall go out of the doors of thy house. So if when we coming in, if obviously see they told her the date, the time, because remember Joshua did already tell them to in 3 days time we're going across the Jordan to get yourself prepared. At the same time, we're sending the spies. Now, they weren't expecting the spies to stay that long, but that's what it took for them to go spy out the land. Sorry, and come back. So they went and she Rahab saved them. Rahab was a harlot, and they said to her, put this card on your window that you save us by. Whosoever shall go out of the doors of thy house. In other words, they tell her, anybody you want to save, put them in your apartment. So get your sisters, your brothers, your mother, your father, your uncles, your aunt, whoever you want to save, put them in your apartment. Your your house is going to be the safe haven. So if you don't do that, you can't blame me. Now, if you get them in a house and they be found in the street at the time and they are killed, blood is not on us. The blood is on them. If you are in your house and any ill shall befall you while you are in your house, you are whoever you put it out, then that will be on us. You understand? You understand what the warrior said? No, ill as in they get killed or attacked.
So you now want everybody else not to know this one. Or is them 2-1 there at their feet?
No. They go back and they tell Joshua what happening now. So the warriors know, say, all right, look out for the house, they're doing trouble. You understand? But
If somebody disobey that time,
yeah, then it's gonna be on us. But if they come out of the house and dead in the street, we are blameless. Because you know, if you're out there, we kill everybody. In other words, we're going to kill everybody we saw what to do. So make sure you know what to do. Think of you being here one night and you just start hear people screaming and so on and peer things around you. But it didn't come to you. Understand me? Well, that was the kind of terror that went upon Jordan. Now, the thing with America and the terror to come, it's coming from within. And not so much any attack from outside, from within. CM Democrat and Republican going to split. And it's not all the Republicans going to be with the intruder, what do you call them? The man, them terrorists, call them terrorists. Mm-hmm. But no, I will call them protesters. Okay? Right. When black people being shot down by their cop innocently, what do they say? Well, they must have done something. Now that their own people stormed the Capitol, I'm saying no, they were protesters. They were peaceful protesters. Is the cops went and agitate them. Right. So the same thing like that, like what they would say. Yeah, it's all wicked. All right, verse what now? 20.
Yes. And if thou utter this our business, then we will be quit of thine oath, which thou hast made us to swear.
Right. And if you inform one way, we are blameless. It means that when this deal is off, we just kill everything we see in the way. Yeah, the pattern. Yeah, I would really love to get on here. They're expensive. Yeah. 21.
Verse 21. And she said, according unto your word, so be it. And she sent them away, and they departed. And she bound the scarlet line in the window.
All right. So the moment they gone, she just put up that line. Cause she don't know exactly how well, you know, so she just make sure she put up a card from now. She don't bother say, all right, tomorrow I put it up. No, sir. She make it stay there. 22.
Verse 22. And they went and came unto the mountain, and abode there 3 days, until the pursuers were returned. And the pursuers sought them throughout all the way, but found them not.
So the pursuers when the scouts, all them pursuers were the scouts. In today's warfare, they call those men scout. They went to scout out and search for that man, just like hunting. If they were anywhere within their path, they would find them. Because they know how to pick up scent, they know how to pick up tracks, and so on. It wasn't just some idiots they sent out. All right. What, 23?
23. 22.
Mm-hmm.
22.
23, yes, ma'am.
Verse 23. So the two men returned and descended from the mountain and passed over and came to Joshua the son of Nun and told him all things that befell them. And they said unto Joshua, truly the Lord hath delivered into our hands all the land, for even all the inhabitants of the country do faint because of it.
So, boy, Joshua, you want to see, really true, man, God deliver this land into our hands, you know, because the inhabitants, them, what's the word you use today now?
So,
To say that the inhabitants do faint because of us. Eh?
yeah, afraid.
They get freed. Yeah, they want to see the man, they catch them freed. And you say we in a country and them, the man get agitated and start search. I go hide one little, I see one little daughter house where I go hide, you know. Yeah, man. Daughter then a two rides still, you know, because she do her business on the road, but as she save, you know. I have to give her a word, say, yeah, I will save her back. So this is how them do. Anybody you see in that particular house, you know, we have to leave them alone. Yeah, it's warfare. That's the reality of it. But this time, when Christ returns, there will be no quarters. No Eden will be offered any quarters in that way. Those that do good to us, yeah, they're going to receive from the wrath. They won't be given any quarters within the land.
I have to remember the first half on TV.
Hmm?
Like the first half on like fantasy show and something. We set up this scope and they almost just take and go back.
Yeah, to make a nice sequel.
Sequel to one. No, because I think that if I get a couple of books then, like more war and stuff, and put them together. And nice second novel, and you might have to embellish it.
But guess what? All right, in terms of the extras, they're going to see some resemblance of what is in extras and the movie theaters. Especially when it comes to zombie movies, end time apocalyptic movies. is the Bible and get that from. But funny enough, you hear people read the Bible and say, Jesus, just like what we see in the movies. But you never hear anybody watch the movie and say, Jesus, just like what we read in the Bible. Because these stories they take them from the books, which the church had removed. In other words, those books are so plain. The church removed them. They give you other explanation, but these books did not point to Christ. And one bag of foolishness. Esdras shows that's rubbish, because the book of Esdras point to Christ. Tell you about America. Tell you about the fall of America. I don't call the name. They tell you about the fall and the man on Mount Zion, the tall man on Mount Zion. Yeah. And Esdras was before Christ. Verse 3. Chapter 3.
Chapter 3, verse 1. And Joshua rose early in the morning, and they removed from Shittim, and came to Jordan, he and all the children of Israel, and lodged there before they passed over. And it came to pass after 3 days that
see this place here in the Bible several times. Place called Shittim. Shittim wood is kasha tree. So this place called Shittim, we then call it Maka, Akasha, Akasha. Because Shittim wood is kasha tree. Yeah, we call it Maka. We call it, in English they call it Akasha, Acacia. But that's the Shittim. They get the gum from gum Arabic, the Arabic gum. In our language, we say gum Arabic. No, not chewing gum. All right. There is a gum that you get from tree, which is the highest liquid fiber you can get. So they put it in stuff. You probably can make a tea of it. You can put it in, well, we put it, yeah, but what we generally use it for out here is to put it in Irish mash. Everyone says, drink up the linseed and the Irish mash of linseed and your gum Arabic. It's gum Arabic, which is from the Shittim wood, which this place is called Shittim. So there is a place that was just full of maca tree. Them are good shady trees, No, when the cassia trees then grow tall, they give you good shade, and you don't have cassia, don't necessarily have cassia below it. These probably that's how they get to make the ark from this tree, from that tree. They were in Shittim, so they would have access to the wood that is there. All right, so they remove from Shittim, come to Jordan. He and all the children of Israel, he and all the blacks, Hispanics, and natives lodged there before they passed over the Jordan. Verse 2.
And it came to pass after 3 days that the officers went through the host, and they commanded the people, saying, when ye see the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God, and the priests and the Levites bearing it, and then ye shall remove from your place and go after it. Yet there shall be a space between you and it, about 2,000 cubits by measure. Come not near unto it, that ye may know the way by which ye must go, for ye have not passed this way.
All right.
Heretofore.
So, what is 1 cubit is all long? About 18 inches, 1.5 foot.
1.5.
Right. So this was much 1,000 cubits? 2,000 cubits. So 1,000 cubit would be 1,500 feet. Wow.
That's far.
Yeah, man, almost a mile. So that is, you're talking about 3,000 feet. Can I work it out and tell you?
No, like 60 something. 600
Feet.
feet to mile.
All right. How much feet give you a chain? All right, that's what I'm going to tell you how much feet give you a chain. Bam, bam, bam. Come on, where's that thing?
Oh, 5,280 feet. You know what I mean?
Give you
I
what?
think it was 6.
Give you 1 mile?
Yeah.
5,000?
280 feet beyond that,
All right. So half of that would be,
basically. Half a mile.
yeah, so approximately half a mile. That's a good distance, man. It's so far you have to stay back from the thing, you know. So you can't even see it either there. Half a mile. Damn. Come too close to it, it's dangerous to you. You know that. hmm Verse 1.
Verse 5.
hmm
And Joshua said unto the people, Sanctify yourselves, for tomorrow the Lord will do wonders among you.
What do you mean by sanctifying yourself? Cleanse, right? Touch no holy thing. Sorry, touch no unholy thing. Which means like in the small things of like you know listen, it's unclean. It fall in the unclean animals. So eh? You're in the wilderness. Scorpions could be anywhere because snakes could be anywhere. They are unclean. So sanctifying yourself basically means purifying, cleansing, keep yourself and your thoughts separate. So the warrior who was married, don't sleep with a wife tonight. Sleep at the camp. Um, you hold a bath. Be fresh. Things like those. Sanctify yourself and
Sanctify yourselves, for tomorrow the Lord will do wonders among you.
mhm.
And Joshua spake unto the priests, saying, Take up the ark of the covenant, and pass over before the people. And they took up the ark of the covenant, and went before the people. And the Lord said unto Joshua, This day will I begin to magnify thee in the sight of all Israel, that they may know that, as I was with Moses, so I will be with thee.
All right, what do you mean by magnify thee in the sight of all Israel?
Everybody will know him.
That means to magnify.
No, not no.
Hmm?
Enhance.
Look for the meaning.
Oh. Make something appear larger than it is, especially with a lens or microscope. To praise highly, glorify,
Right.
arcade.
Who is it? Mommy. Who's on Shamar? Meant to frisk. All right, so Joshua, the most I tell Joshua, say, all right, your time now to get big in front of them people here now. Make you look big. Make them respect you. Make them have rate. Make them give you ratings. It's basically what he was saying. So Joshua time now to start get some ratings. To start get some respect from the people because of the things that he will be doing. And he did that because even until today we're talking about it, isn't it? About some 4,000 years or so later. Continue. Yeah.
And thou shalt command the priests that bear the ark of the covenant, saying, When ye are come to the brink of the water of Jordan, ye shall stand still in the Jordan, in Jordan.
You know, Jade asked a question earlier, what ye means. I will Google it. You know what it means when the Bible says ye, it's like saying all of you. It's like plural to you. Right. Ye means you're addressing the people. Addressing the people. Like plural, right? So addressing the people is a ye. Right. It's all English. Continue. Read it again, verse 1.
Verse 8. And thou shalt command the priests that bear the ark of the covenant, saying, When ye are come to the brink of the water of Jordan, ye shall stand still in Jordan. And Joshua said unto the children of Israel, Come hither, and hear the words of the Lord your God. And Joshua said, Hereby ye shall know that the living God is among you, and that he will without fail drive out from before you the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Hivites, and the Perizzites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Jebusites.
All right, so you see, we were going in the land of Canaan. We know about the Canaanites. But surrounding Canaan, you have the Hittites, you have the Hivites, you have the Perizzites, you have the Girgashites, you have the Amorites. What did the Most High say he was going to do? Drive out from before you those nations. Didn't say that he was going to utterly destroy them. We know that they are Amorites. You know, I always look at this and wonder if those Amite tribes that live in the bushes and things in Africa, if they are really offshoots from these that were driven out from Canaan. Who?
People in the offshoot from him.
Wilderness, and a wilderness, a country there in there, country with farm and cities and so on. Yes,
So
then go further in Africa. And then give a sweeter joke. When we were driven out from the land, we went to live amongst them. That's why they give us up in slave to slave, sell us to the white men. No, not like they're rolling grudge. They might not even know that it's the same people, but that's how the spirit works sometimes. 13.
Verse 13. And it shall come to pass, as soon as the soles of the feet of the priests that bear the ark of the covenant, ark of the Lord of all the earth, shall rest in the waters of Jordan, that the waters of Jordan shall be cut off from the waters that come down from above, and they shall stand upon an heap.
Hold on. It just is 10. You just read it. Skip 11. No. Before 13, it was 10 already. With the Perizzites and the Girgasites and the Amorites And the Jebusites, 11, read 11.
Verse 11. Behold, the ark of the covenant of the Lord of all the earth passeth over before you into Jordan. Now, therefore, take you 12 men out of the tribes of Israel, out of every tribe a man. And it shall come to pass, as soon as the soles of the feet of the priests that bear the ark of the Lord of all the earth, shall rest in the waters of Jordan, that the waters of Jordan shall be cut off from the waters that come down from above, and they shall stand upon a heap. And it came to pass, when the people removed from their tents, passed over Jordan, and the priests bearing the ark of the covenant before the people, and as they that bear the ark were come unto Jordan, and the feet of the priests that bear the ark were dipped in the brim of the water, for Jordan overflowed all his banks all the time of harvest. Now the waters which came down from above stood and rose up on an heap. Very far.
All right. So this is what the Most High was telling Joshua now, that going over the same way you leave Egypt and went over and cross the Red Sea and dry land, it's the same way you're going to Canaan, and you're going on dry land. You're going across the Jordan on dry land. The Most High is going to separate the waters. Separate the waters so that you can go over on dry land. And they tell him, how we're going to do it. This time is not going to use staff. It's the priests who are bearing the Ark of the Covenant. Will be parting. Will be parting the waters. Following?
When it's a party from the water from above, I can't find it.
All right. What's it? Above. Verse 13.
Yeah, shall be cut off from the waters that come down from above. The top of like rainwater or like
No, man. Further up the river. The water that is coming further up the river. Coming down. So if you part the water, so that you have a dry space in between that long snake river, then this side is going to flood. The side that is flowing from, you're going to have a flood of that side. That's why they put it here. For Jordan overfloweth all its bank all the time of harvest. Right? So you're going to have a flood on one side, and the other side dry. Or it's going to trickle and run off. So this was what the Most High told Joshua that he was going to do for us going over. But this part now he said, get 12 men, one from each tribe. Now those 12 men are supposed to take up a stone each, as big as they can carry. So much so that they probably have to put it on their shoulder. Big stone, they choose it, take it across. Wherever they camp, they make an altar there. Or they pack them up there as a memorial that this is where the children of Israel crossed the Jordan into this land. 12 huge stones. All right, read 15.
Verse 15. And as they bear.
That's where we read.
And
And it came to pass when the people removed from their tents to pass over Jordan. All right, 14. Start from 14 again.
Verse 14. And it came to pass, when the people were moved from their tents to pass over Jordan, and the priests bearing the ark of the covenant before the people, and as they that bear the ark were come unto Jordan, and the feet of the priests that bear the ark were dipped in the brim of the water, for Jordan overflowed all his banks all the time of harvest, that the waters which came down from above stood and rose up upon and he very far from the city Adam, that is beside
Zaratan.
And those that come down toward the sea of the plain, even the salt sea, failed and were cut off, and the people passed over right against Jericho.
Mm-hmm. So, right against the city that they are going to take, Jericho, round the walls of Jericho. You remember that song? Round the walls of Jericho, the army went. So, the Most High has, from that time, this period of slavery has been probably the longest period of time that the Most High has really left his people, because he did say he wasn't going to do it. because we know the way back, we always go out, follow other gods, follow other nations, and as soon as we start get our ass whipped, we run, come back home. So the Most High say, I'm going to block up the path back home so that you don't know yourself. So when you start getting whipped from these other nations, you know not where to run to. This was one period of time that he was, the only thing we couldn't do was to see him or to see his angels. But his presence was with us at that time, strong. And guess what? People still sin. So you know that in today, you have to fight to be righteous. The things that you're not going to see the great miracle like the Most High parting in the water for you to go over in a great river. Today you're dropping in the river, you're crossing, you're friendly. The Most High ain't there to cross you. So you have to fight to show righteousness. Why? Because we had it, and we had it good. He promised to make it good again. But for now, yeah, man, you have to work and study to show yourself approved. Ain't coming cheap, ain't coming easy. Right? We're going to read now, 17.
Yes. Verse 17. And the priests that bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord stood firm on dry ground in the midst of Jordan, and all the Israelites passed over on dry ground until all the people were passed clean over Jordan.
Until all the people are passed, huh?
Clean over Jordan.
Right, meaning that then everybody went cross, nothing left, not even a goat, not even a goat kid. Everybody come cross. Then the priest move and the water flow back. Those stories are like fairy tale unto people. Especially many of our people are going through really trying times. But we have to help them to understand that you're going through trying times because when we had the presence of the Most High, we didn't make you suffer. We take it for granted. So the Most High withdraw His presence. Promise to come back, but Him coming back is we have to be doing some hard work. That's one of Oxford. All right, questions? You sure? Hello, where's my signing thing there? Yeah. Possibly. Oh, that's good. All right, so we're going to say some prayers. All right, so that we say a margin, which means to stand and face the east. All right, so a prayer for the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh. Blessed are you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. King of heaven and earth. And all things. And all things living. Yahweh. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Listen to us now. Listen to us now. Right now. Right now. Send evils and curses. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. And punishment and destruction. Cover our head, please. Send evils and curses. Evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. And punishment and destruction. And death. And death. To the heathen. The heathen. That speak against us. That speak against us. Thy prophets. Thy prophets. The teachers. The teachers. The princes. The princes. The priests. Priests. The Israelite brothers and the school. Israelite brothers and the school. Send evils and curses. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. And punishment and destruction. And death to the heathen. And death to the heathen. And shake loose the pockets. And shake loose the pockets. Of the rich of Israel. Of the rich of Israel. That refuse to give to the school. That refuse to give to the school. Force their riches. Force their riches. To enter into thy sanctuary. To enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. And punishment and destruction. And death to the Edomites. Death to the Edomites. And the nations. And the nations. And their drug dealers. And their drug dealers. The court system. Court system. The prison system. Prison system. Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood. All the government of our enemies. The government of our enemies. Amalek synagogues and armies. Amalek synagogues and armies. Roman Catholic Church. Roman Catholic Church. The Pope. The Pope. Islam. Islam. Christianity. Christianity. Egyptology. Egyptology. Militia. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Aryan Nation. Skinhead. Skinhead. Posse Comitazi. Posse Comitazi. The gay movement. Gay movement. The lesbian movement. Lesbian movement. Spies. The spies. Workers of witchcraft. Workers of witchcraft. NASA space program. NASA space program. Army. Navy. Navy. Sorry. Air Force. Air Force. Marine. Marine. Wall Street. Wall Street. Open up the internet. Open up the internet. And the airways. And the airways. The cable access channel. Cable access channel. And the radio channel. And the radio channel. Convict the spirit of any of thy people. Convict the spirit of any of thy people. That seek to stop us. That seek to stop us. And bring swift death. Bring swift death. To all the heathen. To all the heathen. That stand in the way. That stand in the way. And try to stop us. And try to stop us. That try to stop us. That try to stop us. Sorry. Or try to stop us. Or try to stop us. From broadcasting your word. From broadcasting your word. Throughout the planet Earth. Throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the terrorists. 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 Cause them to go to and fro. Cause them to go to and fro. Through the earth. Through the earth. And destroy. And destroy. Cause the terrorists to come up against America. Cause the terrorists to come up against America. and destroy them in their strongholds.
and destroy them in their stronghold.
Let America shake
Let America shake
at the hands of the terrorists.
at the hands of the terrorists.
Let Yahweh,
Let Yahushua,
Michael,
Michael,
and Gabriel
and Gabriel
come down with the flying saucers
come down with his flying saucers
and kill all the idiots
and kill all the heathens
that come up against us
that come up against us
as we speak their word.
as we speak that word.
Cause it to be known by all
Cause it to be known by all
that it is the angels that have done it.
that it's the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media,
Cause it to be spread through the media,
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at their coming.
Cause them to shake at their coming.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
So be.
So good.
Prayer for the power. Yahweh Basham Yahushua.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Babakasham.
Babakashah.
Nathan Lanab.
Nathan Menor.
Hakat.
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 Larapa.
Larapa.
Kal Makan.
Wakal Makal.
Wakal Madam.
Wakal Madam.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Latahan.
Latahar.
Amatazari.
Amatazaria.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Tahakwaya.
Nahakwaya.
Amatna.
Amatia.
Il Hakat.
Hakat.
Il Rakawa.
Irakawa.
Atamana.
Atamana.
Nagarasha.
Lagarsha.
Basham Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
For the honor.
Amen.
What we just said in English, Yahweh in the name of Yahweh.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power
Please give us the power
for to heal all manner of sickness
for to heal all manner of sickness
and all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease,
for to cleanse the leper,
for to cleanse the leper,
for to raise the dead,
for to raise the dead,
for against unclean spirits,
for against unclean spirits.
to cast them out in the name of Yahweh.
Cast them out in the name of Yahushua.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Now expire. Abanawa,
Amen.
Shabashamai,
Shabbat
Kodash,
Kodash.
Hai,
Hai.
Shampa,
Shampa.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Malakwata,
Malachwat.
Taba'a,
Taba.
Atazaka,
Yakazaka.
Hai,
Hai.
Aisha,
Aisha.
Barakaza,
Barakaza.
Kawa,
Kawa.
Hai,
Hai.
Bashamaya,
Bashamaya.
Nathan,
Nathan.
Lanawa,
Lanawa.
Akan,
Laham.
Kan,
Kal.
Yawam,
Yawam.
Wasalak Lanawa,
Wasalaka now.
Kawabwat Nawa,
Kawabwat now.
Kasalak Nawa,
Hasalak now.
Kawabwat Yanawa,
Kawabwat now.
Walaha,
Walaha.
Abayanawa,
Kabaya now.
Banasayawa,
Rasayo.
Aba, Awashai Nawa,
Rashai now.
Mai,
Maya.
Rai,
Rai.
Kai,
Kai.
Laka,
Laka.
Amalakwat,
Amalakwa.
Wahahana,
Wahahana.
Watapar,
Watakahara.
Laiwalam,
Laiwalam.
Amen. What we just said is, Our Father which art in heaven,
Our Father which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name,
hallowed be thy name.
thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be done in earth,
Thy will be done in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread,
Give us this day our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts,
and forgive us our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
and we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation,
Lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Amen. Ladies sit, sisters sit. One courteous salute to the preacher, Amarjum Shabbat, Amarjum Barak, Yahweh Basham Yahushua Barakatam. One courteous salute to the sisters, Amarjum Shabbat, Amarjum Barak, Yahweh Shamar Elatan Basham Yahushua.
Yahweh Shammah Elatan Basham Yahushua.
Adamata Francis. That's it.